Hey guys, welcome back, and this week's episode is being brought to you by The Nod, a very dope Black culture podcast out now from the oral history of Nuck If You Buck to a group of Black models who took the 1970s Paris by storm. The Nod tells the stories about Black culture that you just won't hear anywhere else in a great way. Loved the Nuck If You Buck episode.
Yeah, I checked it out. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, so they're awesome. Subscribe right now to The Nod wherever you listen to podcasts or go to gimletmedia.com/The Nod. That means if you're listening to us right now, you're probably going to find them. So go do it. Let's move on.
Hey y'all, this week's episode is also brought to you by Quip. Quip is the new electric toothbrush that cleans like premium electric brushes, but without the high price. It has just the right amount of vibrations and a slimmer design at a fraction of the cost of the bulkier traditional electric brushes. And Quip starts at just $25. All you gotta do is go to getquip.com/theread to get your first refill pack free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/theread. Get Quip. Do something great for your mouth. Your mouth deserves. All right, let's start the show. So technically, I forgot that I was supposed to watch a movie this week.
Fair.
Just gonna be forthright about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start like setting a phone alert. But anyway, I did think of a movie, and I googled some famous quotes, and I found one.
I just want to preface this by saying this is what happens when you forgot about Golden Girls.
True. However, this is a movie I have seen 1 billion times, and I know that this is a quote from it. Are you ready? Okay. Searching for a boy in high school is as useless as searching for meaning in a Pauly Shore movie.
Pauly Shore, nigga? So I was, 6?
That doesn't mean that this is a movie with Pauly Shore.
I know he's not in the movie. I'm just saying, if he's referenced. Who the fuck talks about Pauly Shore?
I do not wear polyester hair, okay?
Okay, so I don't know it.
My plastic surgeon doesn't want me doing any activity where balls are flying at my nose.
Okay, all right. So I do know this. I know this. See, all right.
Giving you more
I'm
clues.
lit.
Okay.
I'm so lit because first of all, I said I don't know it, but I have a good guess. And now you just let me know that my guess was correct, unless it's not.
I'm pretty sure it's clueless. I gave you multiple. Yes, and it is clueless. Yes.
So I wanted to guess that on the very first one, just because of the Pauly Shore reference, and it's clearly like a high school girls movie.
Yes.
And that's the first one that came to mind. I don't remember those two, the first two lines.
You don't remember the one from Dion about how she don't wear polyester?
I mean, that's what made it even more obvious. It's like that first line is clearly a white girl who said it. Okay, clearly it's a black girl in here as well. Mm-hmm. But that last line I remember very vividly. So I win. I didn't Google it.
I gave you extra quotes because I did not actually watch the movie.
What I just said was that had I guessed upon the first quote, I would have still been right. So I win.
I'm just saying that's why I was being so generous. And I did watch Mulan because the internet shamed me.
I mean, it was a fantastic film.
I definitely understand why people feel so strongly about it. Yeah. I really do. The music was very jaunty and fun.
There's a live action film, or live action version coming out. With actual Asian people.
Okay, I was a little scared. I said, is Scarlett Johansson playing Ping? Because that's not good.
I'm excited to see this movie.
Okay, yeah. Somebody said it's coming out just in time for you to be disappointed by it. I think people's expectations are like, oh, girl, I don't know about a live action version of an animated movie.
I feel like they can. I mean, there are lots of great live action. I'm trying to think of some.
I mean, I enjoyed the Cinderella, the Brandy Cinderella.
It's not okay. No.
Oh, it doesn't count. Okay. No. Well, then,
because that's technically based on a play.
I didn't like the Beauty and the Beast one. So.
I haven't watched that. I didn't watch.
I mean, Audra McDonald is perfect, but no. So
yeah, I didn't feel like watching that.
But we'll see.
I'm definitely watching The Lion King.
Well,
duh.
fucking please. That's not even an option. I'm absolutely doing that.
There's a Mary Poppins.
Okay. Oh, I am looking forward to the Mary Poppins one.
I mean, Lin-Manuel.
I heard Lin-Manuel Miranda's voice,
that.
right? Okay, you're right. I'll remain optimistic about it, but yes.
People were pissed about Zendaya possibly being a live-action Ariel.
Why? Oh, because she's brownish.
Right.
White people really, it just, like, every time I look at her, I think she has to be light enough for white people to chill out. But she really, for racists, you just, no. There is no light enough. It is, you need to be white.
You never not, nigga.
Right. I'm like, damn, even Zendaya, damn. Anyway.
Welcome back to this episode of the show, guys. I am... Who should I be?
Wow, okay. Well, I'm Aretha Franklin. I've been listening to her music nonstop since her death, and this week did not change any of that, so.
And I am not one, but both of Aretha's red pumps that sat up in that casket.
Okay, is that Black Excellence for this week? Because I was like...
Why not?
A diva until the very end. And you niggas will never forget it.
After.
I said, not only is my girl in this red with these pumps, like, I know you niggas came to mourn, however, I came to go home, and you know, a bitch will be fly as well. She also made sure they had the feet crossed. Like, know a lady when you see her. Nigga, I was like, I'm actually impressed.
Yeah.
Oh, I stand.
She was looking so comfortable, honestly. It was honestly like when you go to your Mima house and she got a recliner and she's watching her stories.
My Mima did have one and it was electric too. All she had to do was push them buttons.
Yeah.
And she loved that reclining bed.
Forever will be missed.
Oh, absolutely. I'm having a watch party on Friday because I'm getting my hair braided anyway, so I ain't gonna be doing nothing all day. So if niggas want to watch the funeral and come over while I'm getting my hair braided, you're more than welcome.
What are we gonna do whilst Ariana Grande sings?
Excuse me?
Ariana Grande is performing at her memorial
service. Are you serious?
I read that.
What? Read that where?
On the internet.
Okay, well, you have to be more specific. No, that can't
be. Aretha Franklin. Let's go to CNN.com.
What?
Ariana Grande added to Aretha Franklin's funeral.
Wow. Okay, well, Aretha Franklin must have respected Ariana Grande's voice.
Or whoever is putting this together really likes her.
I mean, perhaps. But I just feel like Aretha's family is not going to invite somebody that she didn't at least respect to perform at her funeral. I just don't see it. Right? This is part of like the official the homegoing celebration?
Her funeral.
Okay. Well, then I have to trust that Aretha Franklin was like, that little girl is all right. I have to believe that.
I hope so.
I really do.
Let's just take that and run with it.
I cannot think anything else. No.
Black Excellence this week is one Andrew Gillum, who now will be walking forward representing the Democratic Floridians. As the official nominee for the governor of Florida. I'm so thankful for each and every single one of y'all who took your ass out where you're supposed to be and made this happen. An upset, as they say it was. And whites are upset.
Of course they are.
So listen, I don't know what more to tell y'all, but this is only the beginning, okay?
Yeah.
Please.
You have to show up in November.
In November. My birthday month. So consider this a gift to me.
Facts.
Take your ass out and make sure to vote for Andrew Gillum to be the governor of the state of Florida. Florida needs it. I thought to say deserves it, but that would be a lie.
Perhaps not.
But need, I feel like that is the word to use. Okay? And if you have not heard about Trump's friend and his remark saying that the last thing Florida needs is to monkey this up. If that wasn't a clear indicator that you need to be where you need to be,
I could not believe that.
In November. See, the thing is that, like, I'm not even like, I wasn't shocked that he said it. I wasn't even like, the thing that upsets and annoys me the most about it is that now it like is overshadowing the accomplishment that this man has made. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I'm not even going to pretend to like know every square inch of his policy or the entire history of everything he's done in Tallahassee, because I don't. But I know that he's a better option than
Right.
that bitch on the other side, especially with Trump and his fucking wig halfway up that white man's sphincter every step of the fucking way. I'm just pissed that now, like, we got to talk about these white people being pissed simply because it's a black man who's doing amazing things and would also be the first black governor of fucking Florida. Like, Florida is not. If you think white people who don't vote are not about to go out in Florida and make sure that they do just so that this black man does not win.
Right. And I mean, even if you look at the numbers, first of all, the numbers were huge compared to previous years, but the Republicans still did turn out more than the Democrats.
Right.
Like, so really, everybody got to go in November.
The fuck up.
Lord.
I'll remind you. Don't worry about it. Like, if you need, I'll be there.
You know, I pray for his safety because them white folks down there are nuts. So I hope, you know, we just gonna plead the blood over this young brother.
We've been looking for a reason to burn that fucking state off of this motherfucker anyway, so I wish y'all hoes would.
Yes, and he's an HBCU grad. Shout out to FAMU. So it was just beautiful news to see. Yeah. Shout out to your people.
So, Black Excellence goes to him. Congratulations. I'm so excited to make sure that y'all go out and vote, be about it. Don't just talk about it. Also, not exactly equal to Andrew, but I just wanted to shout out Jack A. Harry for reading the fuck out of Eureka.
What a
from
moment.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna, just go look for it. Just
go on Twitter and search Jack A. Eureka.
You can actually go to my page because I retweeted it and favorited it.
I did too. I liked it. It's just so good. I love her so much. I'll never stop.
Great. Thank you for that.
Hallelujah. Amen.
This week on Hot Tops, the little bottom that could. Where to begin? Rap singer, young man, Sway Lee from the Ray Shremmerd.
Okay.
Has changed his mind about suing a fan who, for whatever reason, chucked her cell phone at the stage when Ray Shremmerd was performing.
Oh my God.
In Dallas, busting this child's lip wide open.
Oh no.
Apparently breaking one of his teeth. He needed to get stitches.
Wow.
He apparently performed. Well, he says he performed the last song of the set or whatever with his blood-covered face.
Wow.
You know, looking like somebody knew what he did last summer, and
all right.
He did vow to sue at first, but he then tweeted just a few days ago, "I won't be suing the fan. I'm a charge to the game. Just be more careful. I'm here to perform, not dodgeball." Which is more than fair.
Right.
more than fair.
She must have been really shook. I've never been to a Ray Shremmerd show, but do niggas like catch the spirit there? Like maybe she was just so into it. She was like, I gotta throw something.
A lot of their songs are really, really, really high energy. I'm assuming many people who are in the audience are going to be on drugs and alcohol of all kinds. So I can understand definitely, you know, losing your mind and getting hype. I just can't understand how your cell phone left your hand and moved so quickly to the stage that it cracked open this young man's face.
Like you must have thrown it hard, girl. You didn't toss it. Like you threw it like it was a fucking baseball.
What the fuck? Were you demanding he put his number in it for you? Or what the fuck was the plan?
Oh, she probably been real shook ever since that day. Like, yo, this nigga's really about to sue me and I don't have nothing. Damn.
I can't even pawn my phone off now.
Okay, because them dental bills are high. Oh, no.
Well, then again, I don't know how much Ray Shremmerd charged for tickets, but if you were close enough to throw this phone and hit him in the face, maybe you can be sued. I don't know what he would have sued you for anyway, but the good news is that he's not going to. And I'm
letting it go.
Really confused as to it, because, girl.
I hope this is the last time y'all feel that spirited.
Thank God Almighty, I've never had to have a stitch.
No.
You know? But if I did, and in my face, this is my face.
Yes.
You gotta cough off something.
I've had a stitch on my face before, but I got that in a baseball accident. I was playing
You're
baseball.
so gay.
Okay, it was like middle school and we had to play.
Did you?
Oh, don't do me like that. I hate you.
I'm not doing it. She's gonna have to cough up some coins.
Yeah, that was nice of him
Happy.
to not charge her for that. So
I mean, I need like a half pint of Bluebell
something, girl.
and some Takis, the green bag. I mean, but shout out to this young man for being forgiving, as well as, you know, singing all over people's songs melodically, and still, as Dustin said, looking like Eartha Kitt. That's the only thing I think of every time I see him.
Oh my God.
Because nothing's been more accurate, and it's just don't even know how.
I will never stop seeing it. I hate you so much.
I mean, I've said this before. Dustin said that Sway Lee looks like Eartha Kitt, and he does. And this is before we knew which one was which.
I'm mad I Googled like Sway Lee, Eartha Kitt, and Google auto completed it. Like people have been doing
I'm
side
sure
by
it's
side.
Dustin's fault.
It probably is. Damn, he does. I'm so mad.
He really, it's almost phenomenal.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
So in one of the greatest pieces of news to come out of pop culture in 2018, the Braxton family will allegedly be on Iyanla Fix My Life.
Oh, no, Lord.
And I can't wait. I might have a watch party for that.
You should. Because Fix My Life is quality trash television.
Such a great show.
It's so entertaining. If you just completely strip away the idea that this is at all therapeutic and focus on its entertainment value, it's a great program.
Especially since it is an attempt to be therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, I don't believe it to be like, you know, a Jerry Springer or Maury or even one of these other little...
No, definitely not.
Even like the celebrity rehab shows, but they're clearly like exploiting these motherfuckers.
Right.
And it's just like, and God is good. And here is a fruit snack.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
You know, like you could tell Iyanla is really trying to like...
She's trying to she's trying. Part of it is Iyanla.
It is just
and her efforts. So much of it is
her
like...
activities are absurd.
They're so stupid. It's like, I really want this person to see a therapist.
She asked Hazel Lee.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, that was too
rap,
much.
which was bad enough.
Pop my butt. Pop
But to recite her rap lyrics to
Garbage.
photos
Of black legends.
of black, like, freedom fighters.
Did you see the episode with Neffy and her husband?
Of course. And I believe there's a second
God, it's so bad. I can't stop watching this show. I will be tuned the fuck in for this.
This is such a bad idea, and I can't wait.
Right, that's why
So,
I can't wait.
If you didn't know, apparently the Braxton sisters, except Tracy, went on a filming hiatus for their show. I read that they were trying to negotiate a higher pay for the season.
Okay.
I don't know if it's season 6, but they're deep into the game. Braxton family has been on
It's been a while.
TV for like my whole life.
Right.
So they wanted some more money. I get it. Apparently things didn't go the way they were looking, so they decided not to show up to taping. Tracy was like, bitch, I got kids. I don't give a fuck. And y'all hoes didn't promote my album anyway.
She was also on Fix My Life with that white man that she wasted her time with and her kids.
She was.
That he is not the father of. Oh my God. What a mess that was.
So maybe this is Tracy's fault. No, I don't know.
Tracy's like, I done already did it. Y'all might as well come back.
Not only did Tracy stay on the show, aside from the family, but apparently they brought Phaedra Parks in to join the show.
Oh, no. Oh, God damn it, Iyanla. I was already going to watch.
Like, Phaedra is on Braxton Family Values.
Oh. What?
Not Iyanla. Like, Tracy's the only one who's filming right now.
Okay, I thought
And
you meant
since
they brought
no.
Phaedra on Fix My Life.
No, the sisters and I think the mom are supposed to go on Fix My Life, according to these reports.
Okay.
This was on the Jasmine brand originally.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Phaedra Real Life Parks
Oh no.
has been going around promoting this season of Braxton Family Values with Tracy. We're all confused.
What?
Tamar and the sisters were shading her, saying, Phaedra Braxton. Is she a Braxton?
Right, I'm so confused. She was filming with Tracy. What the fuck did they talk about?
I guess since the other women don't want to film, they're like, well, let's, throw some other names in there.
Wow. Phaedra's
Phaedra's not doing anything. The Jasmine Brand says it's also reported that Kim Whitley and Flavor Flav will appear on the show.
You could tell who will do anything for a check. Lord.
Why
is
this happening?
As soon as you call me asking me to go on the Braxton Family Values, I'm going to remind you that I'm not a Braxton, and therefore I will not be on that show.
That just feels like it makes sense.
Like, I'm just going to, that's it. I'm not going to do this. But Phaedra's not in a position to turn nobody down. Kim Whitley, she just gets lucky when people think she's Jack Hay.
Wow.
I feel like, okay, I don't want to be deliberately mean. And then who else? Flavor Flav. Okay. We saw what that nigga was willing to do for the sake of reality TV. So, y'all just threw
Flavor
together.
Flav probably doesn't even remember Flavor of Love.
Probably not.
He probably thinks like that. He probably doesn't even realize that was a show.
Oh my God.
Flavor Flav was the last one. That bitch really put a raw whole chicken in the microwave. Sorry.
Oh no. There are some moments that I'll never get tired of. And Hottie microwaving that chicken like that was gonna cook it.
His poor little old mama was looking at this chicken like, did this bitch?
I have to believe that the producers told you to do something outrageous, or you decided to do something that would make you stand out, because nobody thinks you can cook a whole chicken in the microwave. Nobody thinks that.
Well, Hottie never seemed well. We're talking about the same woman who said that all her friends tell her that she looks like Beyonce.
Facts.
Which led us to a meme
she's
that's
out
still
of it.
great. Right? But
Beyonce?
that, I have to side with you. Like, you have to know that's not how you cook chicken. Like, you have to.
Right. You have, people don't even cook slices of raw chicken in the microwave.
Thank you.
Nobody does that.
Frozen nuggets.
Nothing.
At best.
Niggas fry them or put them in the oven. Period. We do not do that.
Even them little frozen chicken shits that be saying you can microwave, you still put them shits on a cookie sheet or some shit, bitch. And they
so much better in the oven. Don't play.
They are loads better in the. Anyway.
Black people are not cooking raw chicken in the microwave. Sorry, girl.
I just, I wish all of the sisters well, and I wish y'all maybe a full 365 days where y'all aren't getting on each other's nerves, where everybody is just publicly on good terms.
Right. That would be nice, because y'all be arguing like them damn Kardashians.
And I mean, they're sisters, so I just understand arguing with siblings.
Oh, the Kardashians were cutting up on the internet.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck about them.
I just follow people who somehow are just really into it.
So, Safaree has landed himself a brand new money-making deal. And it's all because of that cock. Well... It doesn't even feel right saying it. It's just
you sound like a white boy.
Ugh. That's so stupid.
It's just ugly. I'd rather say penis.
I would rather say penis.
Anyway.
Let's
I almost said period, but the city girls are real sensitive right now.
We'll get to that later. So, Safaree announced on Instagram that he has landed himself a sex toy deal. He has molded his now popular peen with the help of the Doc Johnson Company.
Wow.
They say here on their Instagram they are the #1 largest pleasure products manufacturer.
Yeah, Doc Johnson makes a lot of stuff.
Well, honey, if you have been looking to find a way to be pierced by the Safaree brand, here's the way. Safaree says on Instagram, I work so hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm childish.
I work hard so I can get the last laugh. When y'all think I'm losing, I'm not. Trust me, to all the people who fronted on me and thought I'd fall off and disappear, suck my sex toy. I know people do that though, but I've never understood, like, anyway. Thank you to the biggest adult toy company in the world, Doc Johnson, for the opportunity, and my team for making this happen. And to my fans and supporters who root for me, I love y'all. Murderer. Ladies, I'm all yours. Joke's on you. I don't understand these surfing emojis or what that is.
Is it a wave?
Maybe.
Or is it like a little person on a surfboard?
But one of these niggas is skiing. I mean, well, there's water skiing. I don't know.
Oh, never mind.
It's a big deal, eggplant emojis, but who's gonna cop one on the low? My anaconda don't want none if you ain't got buns, hun. Straight.
Okay.
And then there's hashtags I'm not gonna read.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
You can actually go to Doc Johnson's website or docjohnson.com/Safaree
Help me, Lord.
and really pre-order his upcoming dildo.
Yeah.
They say pre-orders begin in December.
Okay.
They are going to be shipping in time for Valentine's Day. So,
you know, I hate this because it's such a good idea.
it is.
It's such a good idea.
I was just telling somebody that I think that Safaree should work in porn, but not as like a porn star.
Yeah.
He could be like, well, he could just start his own like entertainment company.
Damn, he could. And the penis alone would have people tuned into what he was going to put out there.
At this point, Dick and Sex Appeal, that's Safaree's brand.
Yeah.
He can leave us out of the music and the coconutted oil.
Yeah, he can make lube instead of coconut oil.
Duh. Like all of this works.
I feel like a lot of people are going to get the Safaree dick and try to front like they didn't. But you bitches are pre-ordering that dick.
Just be honest and let us know how many of y'all
and it's fine.
are pre-ordering. I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because
especially if it's like really nice. Let me see if they have the price listed.
Yeah, how much would you charge for us? I'm
thinking it would be between like $60 and $100.
Nicki Minaj must hate this nigga to her very core.
Huh, wow. Look at him.
Going from getting dick from this nigga for like 10 years to hating his fucking guts and watching his hairline that you paid $10,000 for fall out. And now anybody who wants to feel his dick can just go and buy a rubber one.
Wow. I have actually not heard anything.
I'd want to fight him in the street.
Well, they don't have the price listed here, but I am just going to go ahead and put my burner email in just to get the alert, just so I know how much it does cost.
Safaree, you need to have a strapped version for inclusion.
The real studs already have their own harnesses. As long as it can fit the standard harness, it's fine.
Oh, so you can just like stick it in the...
Yeah, most harnesses are like, right, like the dicks are pretty much, don't feel any shame for knowing this, but...
I mean, why would you?
Right, I mean, it's just part of my life, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have like standard sizes mostly, and some of the really huge ones like are obviously not gonna fit in you. So I don't think they're gonna do like comically huge. I think it's gonna be a pretty close to a replica of his real dick. He might add an inch or two just to be...
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's his official sex toy, but yeah.
Sure, he's not the only person with a sex toy dildo in the stores.
They should be like
bigger.
Gender inclusive though with the marketing on this. That would be very smart.
A rainbow one.
Okay. Are the boys gonna use that?
You know,
I feel like lesbians always want flesh tones.
Like a limited edition for... Okay. You know, the white gays.
Okay, your pride member.
Nigga gays don't really care about the rainbow that much. Like
Once I got past that I'm freshly out stage, I never wore the rainbow again.
I never cared about it.
I always had a bracelet or something on just because I had to let niggas know, like, I'm in Oklahoma and I feel this way. Fuck y'all. But I just don't care.
All that rainbow shit is for like...
The baby gays.
Like super white gays. Yes, the baby gays. And then all the white women who go to Pride. Who be wearing like a rainbow dunce cap and
yeah,
like mucklucks.
They be having the socks, everything, girl.
I'm tired.
Earrings and everything. Okay, like I just don't. I'm not that excited about liking these hoes.
You know what, Safaree? Good for you. I feel like this is very on brand. I think this is going to make you a hell of a lot of money, whether people want to admit
I do
that
too.
they bought it or not.
I do too.
And good for you. You seem like a decent enough nigga, I guess. And
yes, this is a good thing.
Meanwhile, reports have it that Nicki Minaj has fired a good portion of her glam squad. Now, I saw this online around the time that it happened. The Barbs were in anybody's mentions related to Cardi B right after the VMAs, throwing hate back and forth.
Oh, right.
I'm sure
that's where they came from.
The Barty gang does the opposite, whatever. But somebody left a comment, I believe under Tokyo Styles' photo of Cardi. He does Cardi's hair, and said something about it being ugly as fuck. And he responded by saying,
"Oh, right, I did see that. Oh, that was so fucked up."
Tokyo said, "I bet you like them thin ass ponytails," or something like that.
They was thin ass ponytail.
Oh, that shit was funny.
They was thin. I'm like, why Nicki don't add more bundles? Like, I know you can afford it. Why don't you ever get this hair any fuller?
Damn, this bitch is pretty. So Kim Kimble, another celebrity hairstylist, is the one who was responsible for those thin ass ponytails.
All right.
And woo, so after this, not too long.
Are you okay?
Because I'm looking at the picture. And Kim Kimble was like respected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all fuck up though.
Right. So the girls didn't like the ponytails, and everybody had a kiki and a cackle. Kim responded to it, took a screenshot of Tokyo's comment and was like, she says, Instagram doesn't create licensed or professional hairdressers. We all get negative comments sometimes, but why try to drag someone else into it when we can support each other? Sending positive vibes and support to licensed hairstylists.
Yeah, that was shot to Tokyo. Because Tokyo's not licensed. That's why can't nobody book him for nothing official. Because the insurance on set will only cover licensed hairstylists. I knew that's what that was. I'm like,
come on.
But if
the hair looks nicer, then...
Well, there is that. I think Kim Kimble's just like, I know you beef on Instagram because that's where you can get in the door, but I'm licensed, so I just get invited to places that you don't know nothing about. But, the fact remains, girl, that them was some thin-ass ponytails.
Apparently people really did not see it for the ponytails. Anyway, the point is...
they were fucking thin, so... Shit.
But weren't they not supposed to be? Okay, I don't know. I really don't understand.
They were entirely too skinny. It didn't look right. So, I guess she just took that because the Barbs were mad anyway. They were mad at...
No, they've been mad at a lot of her hair for a while.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, there have been a lot of moments as of late with Nicki and her hair. And I'm like, okay, bitch, at the very least, these wigs should be on point.
Right.
Because you have the money. I would assume you have the access. Yeah. And you've had decent hair before. I feel like when Oscar James is someone who was doing her hair at one point, another celebrity hairstylist. Okay. But I remember Oscar James being behind the, oh my God, Nicki is wearing regular ass hair. Your hair looks nice. Okay. Like that whole era where it's like, oh wow, you have taken...
When she started look normal and Beyonce
Six Flags off of your head.
Calling her.
Yes.
Okay, I remember that.
But yeah, the girls haven't been seeing it, and some of these wigs have been looking absolutely insane.
I don't know if Kim Kimble did that half mullet one with the color on the side that looked like gelled down or something.
I don't either. I know that people are blaming that on her.
That was a mess.
I don't know for sure that she did it.
That one was bad, so I understand the Barb's frustration. I really do.
So, Nicki recently posted a video on her Instagram getting her new unicorn wig done. And in it, she captions giving thanks and asking the Barbs to welcome Arrogant Tay 123. I'm sorry, I don't know what your full name is, but Tay does celebrities' hair too. He's done SZA's hair, some other folks, and this wig, although now Never mind. The wig.
What's his Instagram name again?
Arrogant_TAE123.
Arrogante. Oh, there he is.
The wig looks applied better than a lot of the other ones have looked. And if you're a fan of like the cotton candy go-gurt,
oh, that is very pretty. I do like that.
Then that's going to be right up your alley. This looks better than like some other colorful pastel-ass shits that she's been wearing.
Yeah, but no shade. Everything looks better with a filter on, and I want to see it without one. Filters blur things that real life does not.
Instagram
so
let's see if she's got one.
I don't know, but that is very pretty. I like it a lot, and so I'm not mad at him getting this job. You know,
he was very, very like excited about it and all grateful because he said he wanted to work with Nicki for a long time.
Of course,
I read that she also got a new makeup artist, and I'm hoping that whoever put her in that outfit that she was wearing at the VMAs
okay,
also got the boot. That bikini tutu, whatever that shit was.
That was with the mesh overlay. I'm like, what the fuck do you have on?
It's like,
who dressed you and thought that this was cute? So I'm looking at this boy's Instagram, and he's posted some girl without a filter, and he's like running his hands through the wig, and the wig is pretty good. Like the hairline looks natural and all that. So I'm glad for Nicki if she's about to step the wig game. Oh, I think he did SZA's lime green hair too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, bitch, I love that wig. I fucking love that wig. So all right, you go, Tay.
That's right. You better get booked.
Good job.
My nigga.
Yes. Oh, I love that wig. Oh, I want that fucking wig so bad.
So looks like some bright news for the Barbs who have been upset by some of Nicki's recent wigs or makeup.
Good for them.
I mean, the girl's still fine. You know, bad wigs happen to people a lot. But when you have all of this money,
there's just no excuse when you're wealthy.
You know?
Regular girls buying $30 lace fronts, sure. I expect it, but
that is fine.
But you can afford this high dollar fancy shit. So, looking forward to seeing some improvements there from her. Good for the Barbs. They needed a good week.
Cardi B has issued an apology to Bernice King after she appeared in an allegedly upcoming sketch comedy show called Off the Rip. In a skit called The Real Housewives of the Civil Rights Movement, aka probably one of the worst ideas I've heard.
I don't even want to look at it. It has to be bad.
So I watched.
Why are you so tired?
Oh wow, what a shit idea. I watched I don't even know if I made it to 30 seconds.
How bad is it?
It's just dumb. Like, it's not a good idea. It's not really performed well. The jokes don't hit. It's just like, I think it's supposed to, it feels like the sketch is supposed to rely on the fact that it's shocking. Okay. And like they're making fun of, the fact that Martin Luther King was cheating and
yikes.
All of this other stuff. It just was dumb. It was just dumb. It wasn't a great sketch. Okay. And that's pretty much the end of it. Cardi played Coretta Sky King.
Okay. Of course.
And I mean, I feel like even if you haven't seen it or refuse to watch, you can just imagine how that went.
I think the curiosity is going to get the better of me. I'm going to watch it when I get home.
I couldn't finish it. It was
I can't believe I didn't even hear about this. Wow.
But she apologized. Bernice King wrote on Twitter, "Thank you. I am Cardi B for reaching out to me and apologizing for the skit that aired on TMZ." Here's the thing. It didn't air on TMZ. I don't even know how TMZ got it. They say it's not even the full sketch. So
somebody who works for that show was like, no, this will not stand. They leaked it. That has to be it. Like, how is it out already?
I don't know. The host of the show, comedian Rip Michaels, who I guess is famous from A Wild 'N Out, responded on Twitter and said, "Hey guys, it's been a hectic day, but I had to take time out to address a few things. Any backlash should be directed towards me and my staff." And this is all wrapped up in a video where he talks about it as well. And it's less of like an apology or an acknowledgement of it being offensive, especially to the family, and more like, we don't see what the big deal is. It's great, and the show's gonna be great, and we got loads more stuff coming, and all my celebrity friends are gonna be in it, and like, I hired that nigga to run up on the Beyonce stage. Like, I don't know. It's just like the dumbest. It's just like it was less of like an acknowledgement of the backlash and more of just a promotion of the show,
That
which
sounds
I'm
whack.
and I can't figure out who's airing it. Nobody has said where it's coming on, if it's a web show or
Maybe
a
it's
network
coming on
show or
Instagram
whatever.
TV.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But horrible idea.
Right.
At least Cardi B apologized to the family. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, bitch,
What a mess.
what was just it wasn't even funny. Like, if I could have given you like, all right, because that would have been offensive anyway. You know what I'm saying? Somebody would have been upset by it, and that's just a part of comedy. But it wasn't even good.
See,
like, it wasn't funny at all.
If you cut it off after 30 seconds, I know it had to have been trash.
Last but not least for this week.
I thought you was going to talk about Cardi posting that video of Offset fingering her. That I heard about.
Now, I heard about that. I haven't watched it. I was in LA this weekend, living the very best life that I absolutely could.
Yeah.
So most of your paltry celebrity shenanigans,
right?
That got ignored for Weed and Sunshine.
Yeah. Well, I thought she said that she had leather shorts on, but she wished she was getting fingered because she was super horny. But that's what I thought you was gonna say when you brought Cardi B up, because I was like, we really can't say nothing good about nobody because niggas just love to fuck up. Everybody except Beyonce. They just love to do it. Like, every time we give somebody compliments, they like to just shit all over our good efforts. So that's what I thought you was going to bring up, but I don't know.
I found the video.
She's all healed up now, so she's back to being, ratchet thought mode type. So
is that it?
I mean, well, she's been wilding out a little bit on Instagram lately regardless, but that was what oh no, me either. Somebody tagged me in it like, you was just saying Cardi B chill out.
You can't really see him doing anything in this picture. For all we know, he really just had his hand like up on her thigh. I'm sure he's rubbing on her vagina, and I don't understand why y'all.
I mean, yeah, she's been posting half naked pictures and all that. So, and people are like, once you have a baby, they're just like, what are you doing? Your ass and titties. And so Cardi's just like, bitch, but I
was stripping. Like,
have you ever listened to my music? Like,
not long ago. Like, y'all think I give a fuck about y'all
have to adjust your expectations for this girl.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I did see her tweet and say something about she could take dick again and she don't know how to act.
Yeah, she don't know how to act. That's right. She is wilding out on the internet.
That's another thing. Like, you got this motherfucker in your body for 9 months, and then you still gotta wait for them. After they sew your pussy back together, you gotta wait for it to like heal. Oof.
Yes.
Madness. I don't know why y'all do it.
Anyway.
So Kanye West has apologized for the slavery was a choice comment that he made on TMZ. He appeared on Kendra G's show, WGCI in Chicago is what that's a part of.
Okay. Oh, in Chicago. Wow.
Yeah, in Chicago. And I'll actually let's see if I can actually get it to play here. But I mean,
I always want you to speak for Black people. I don't know.
Wait, hold up. There's 2 things playing in the background.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was like, wait a minute.
The finger banging video was still playing. That's what happens when you don't close the tab first. You got to make sure that you keep your eyes.
That's all right. That's all right.
If I properly apologize for how that slave comment made people feel, so I want to take this moment right now to say that I'm sorry for hurrying. I'm sorry for the 1-2 effect of the MAGA hat into the slave comment. And I'm sorry for people who felt let down by that moment. And also, I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to talk to you about the way I was thinking and what I was going through. I just appreciate you guys holding on to me as a family. And one thing that I got
I'll let you go since
is it showed me how much Black people love me.
Well, it sounds like the white man who's inside his body now came up with a statement and decided to give it. Like, I accept this apology from Kanye, but like, this doesn't change the way I feel about you. Like, I still have no interest in supporting the things you're doing now.
I will consider walking back in that direction when he separates from that wife. Because that's when I know, okay, yes, maybe there is, to freedom. To freedom. But he also spoke about,
Oh,
how
I hate you so much.
there were people around him, even in the TMZ moment,
Help me,
who could have
Lord.
been like, okay, nigga, you're bugging. Todd, shut all of the cameras off. We're leaving. And nobody did that. And how he felt like, one of his very close friends, Don C., also from Chicago, I guess, like, had he been there, it would have probably been different. And he called Don C. and said, I need you to be here for me and all this stuff. He's crying.
Okay.
And, like, if get back to the light, and I wish you well.
Like, show me. Don't tell me. Like, change your actions. Let me see it in the things that you're doing and the businesses and charities that you support, and let your talk back it up. But, like, you didn't just do one or two shitty things. Like, this Trump thing went on for a while.
Quite a while, then it came back.
Right. Like, so niggas been looking at you crazy. It's just that was the point where a lot of us were like, all right, fuck it. I'm giving up hope.
And you were very much like, fuck y'all, I'm right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you didn't give a shit about us.
You guys don't have dragon energy. Okay? All of that time wasting Game of Thrones has been wasted on you because I am the true dragon. Dragonborn.
Yeah.
And you girls don't get it, and that sucks for you. Because
I mean, you know what? I just don't think I believe it from Kanye. So
yeah, like you said, I need to see, some action and things take place for me to.
If he leaves that Kardashian, I will be inspired.
I will feel like there's a stirring happening.
But he ain't going nowhere.
No.
He ain't leaving that girl.
And I mean, they have 3 children together, so I'm not wishing divorce on anybody or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, that would be a large enough action that would make me, like, peek back down the hill and be like, oh, is that?
Is Kanye?
Is that
he waking
Black
up?
Kanye?
Right. Is that what's happening? So,
but at least you apologize. I mean, if that made you feel better about it.
I mean, but he apologized in his Tad voice. It didn't even sound like Kanye. So I'm not holding out a lot of hope.
Tad voice is his regular voice now.
But, okay, see, and that's why I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope. So, all right.
Well, girls, that about wraps up this week's Hot Tops.
Brief this week.
The littlest bottom. The little bottom that could.
You just choo-chooing along.
The engine bottom.
All right, we'll be back. Hey y'all, do you consider the origin of the things you wear? As I become more woke on my friend journey, I think more about, what I'm buying and all that sort of thing. Today's episode is brought to you by Vrain Oro. They are a sustainable jewelry brand with modern values. Vrain Oro translates to truth and gold, which symbolizes everything they do, from their transparent prices to ethical diamonds grown through solar technology. They're on a mission to make owning fine jewelry more attainable, and now with their new design studio, you can customize your own engagement ring in minutes. They have over 3,500 design combinations. You can customize anything from the width of the band to the style of your setting. I actually ordered some earrings that came from them, and they are so super cute. I can't wait to wear them when I actually have a reason to dress up. I usually don't, but when I do, I will have my earrings ready to go thanks to them. Once your ring is designed, it is printed, cast, and hand set in their Los Angeles-based studio. And of course, you see the pricing the whole way through. It is so much cheaper than other alternatives, and I know a lot of you have found love or whatever, and you want to celebrate that with your man. Vrain Oro believes that good design is personal, so you should be involved in the process. Head on over to truthandgold.com/read to design your own ring. That's truthandgold.com/read. Check them out. It's not even just rings. They have all kinds of beautiful jewelry over there. So take a look, and let's get back to the show.
All right, so we're back, and it's time for our listener letters.
Yes, send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com, and we may read them aloud on the show. We got an update from the young lady last week who was dealing with her mama and her mama's boyfriend, and how they had been living together for a while, but the boyfriend was tripping, and all this. She had just graduated.
Had words about where she's supposed to go and how she's supposed to get her car.
Right.
How about you fuck off? How about you do that?
So thankfully we got an update. She says, thanks for your advice that I certainly plan on taking. I've tried to talk to my mama about it, and that went terribly. So I've thought it out, and I'm going to move out ASAP because I barely talk to them and I hate it. Right now, that looks like pulling an Issa and staying with my ex. Ooh, girl.
Well, girl.
Good luck.
At least you have a roadmap.
Hopefully I can find a nice roommate that I'm not in love with because I live in the DMV and rent is super expensive.
Jeez.
True.
Okay.
God damn, rent is bad down there.
I know that's a fact.
Man, my dad lives too far away and I've created almost the life I want here. He has offered to help me purchase my car though, after putting his shoes on to come up here and beat my mama's husband ass. Me and my stepmama had to calm him down. Woo! That's real. He was like, I'm actually not going to take this. Like, I know that's not my wife no more, but you got everybody involved fucked up. I love
Thank
that
you.
your daddy is a rider.
Work.
So, right now, I've been staying the night, just about every other night, rotating between my aunt and my ex's house, which is stressful. So, please just pray for a bitch and my well being. Appreciate and love you guys so much. Well, sis, I'm glad that you have a plan for getting out of there because clearly your
Me
stepfather had to
too.
go. Like, absolutely not. So, where do we want to start? How raggedy do you want to start this week on a scale of 0 to 10?
11 T12.
Great. So, this letter
Oh God,
comes.
I just don't even know what I just asked for.
Okay. Well, this is the first ratchet thing I see. So I'm going to go with this one. This letter comes from Tiffany, which is a fake name. She says, I'm going to try to make this as concise as possible. Here's the story. My boyfriend and I vetted each other before getting serious. He said he had no kids. But he had a scare once where a weekend fling popped up with a baby 9 to 10 months after. He asked her if the baby was his, and she said, no, thanks for asking. So he left it at that.
No, but thank you so much for asking. That is
Like,
so
I
sweet of you.
know that you realized that you were an option, so thanks for checking in. However, you're not, so have a great life. 6 years later, she Facebook messages him and says he's the father. When we asked why she
What?
came forward all of a sudden, her response was, I was wrong. He needs his father in his life. So I guess she lied at the beginning because she thought she could just raise her baby by herself and he wouldn't need a daddy, but she's changed her mind about it. Anyway, so Tiffany continues and says, this is understandable, but her timing is off. It also seems petty because 2 weeks ago, my boyfriend and I became engaged. He posted about it on Facebook, and since they are still friends on that site, we assume she saw the post.
Oh.
It's hard to tell if the child could be his because he looks like the mama so much, and my fiance is dark-skinned, whereas the mother is very pale and mixed with a very pale child. However, genetics do weird things. True.
That's true too.
I have seen kids with very dark-skinned parents come out looking exactly like their light-skinned parent.
Yeah.
Like, just like them. So you really never know. After a paternity test, if he ends up being the father, we will welcome the child with open arms. I love kids. I have no problem dating people with kids. I do have a problem with this woman waiting 6 years to tell the father and robbing him of his firstborn's early years and robbing us of our new engagement. This bitch couldn't wait a few more months. Am I out of place if I ask her questions about her decisions? Even though we love kids, this has been an emotional roller coaster for us in weeks, and I want to let her know that. I'm trying to be the bigger person and not cuss her ass out, but my anger is sitting on a desk, tapping its fingers, waiting to clock out. Please help. P.S. If he's not the father, I'm cussing her out and moving on to marry the man she wished she had. Thanks for the help.
So originally I heard 6 months. Didn't know it was 6 years.
6 years, yes.
Whoa.
This is a whole
Well,
ass first grader at this point.
Right. Like, this nigga knows what he like to eat. like,
He can talk in whole sentences.
like,
He's potty trained.
he's very
all
much
that.
interactive.
Right.
Like
He's
a
a
whole
little person.
person.
Right.
Wow. Well,
Not a baby.
I mean, all of this, can easily be rectified with a little science.
Yeah, y'all have to take that DNA test ASAP.
Get that answer and figure out what that's looking like, and then you'll know where to move from here. If he is not the child's father, I feel like you should stay out of this regardless because it really ain't none of your business.
Yes.
And I understand you being mad about it or whatever. And I'm sure that you're onto something by feeling like she came forward when she saw that the nigga was engaged. Like, what exactly was it that took you to feel like, or to understand that he needs his father in his life? Like, what happened today
Right.
that didn't happen in the 6 years of this nigga's life. Like,
right.
what is it exactly? Is it because he's getting married? I completely get why you're pissed or frustrated and want to cuss the girl out. But it really doesn't have anything to do with you. And the reasons that you're upset, the ways that you would cuss her out, he can do anyway. Like, he should be mad for the same reasons and want to cuss her out for the same reasons. If he's not that kid's father, he can very well still curse her out. And it would probably sound the same way that you would do. He would just have more reason to do because he actually knows this woman slept with her. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't, be spending nights thinking about this child being his or not being his or whatever after this bullshit. Like, it don't make, and then if he is the kid's father and she decided to say something because he's engaged now, still need to get cussed out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do any of the cursing out. Yep. I feel like you inserting yourself in it and cursing her out, even though it would be with good reason to me, is just going to make the situation worse. It's just going to blow it out of proportion even further. It just doesn't need to happen.
Yeah. I see why you're so invested, because this is your fiance. At this point, his kids, you're going to be stepmama too.
Right.
So I get it. I definitely get the anger here, but I just agree with Kid Fury. Like, all of your anger is your boyfriend's righteous anger, or your fiance, my bad. I don't want to disrespect her. You. Okay, let me get it right. But this is his responsibility to take care of. He should be pissed that he may have a son out there and he asked when the baby was small, like, what's up? And she lied. Like, he has every reason to be mad. He has
to be way angrier than you. Now, niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas are, like, trained to, like, keep it cool.
Be like, oh, man.
And little, whatever.
What
like,
is this?
Damn. Really? Really?
Wow. That's a nigga favorite.
That might be number one. That's an iconic
Niggas
one.
love a wow.
A wow with at least 5 to 6
O's. So many O's.
So, yeah, I mean, he should be way more pissed than you are. And, for all of the reasons that you just described, Crystal, like, nigga, like, you mean to tell me after I didn't even try to act like it didn't happen.
Right.
Or it couldn't have been mine.
I asked you.
Nigga, you said thank you for asking. So.
You could have easily said thank you for asking. Yes, it is your baby. Or yes, I think it's your baby. Would you like to take a DNA test?
Hello?
Like, the thing is, like, even if you want to raise your baby on your own, I understand. But if that's the decision you make and you're not going to tell the biological father, you have to commit to that. You can't. Well, I don't want to say you have to. Obviously, you can come back and say something. But first of all, I think unless he, like, was abusive or something, you're unnecessarily robbing your child of a relationship with their other parent.
Right.
And then you are setting up the storyline for, you changed your mind and now you want to hit up the baby daddy, or the child randomly finds out that they daddy ain't dead, or whatever lie you came up with. Like,
you just made this whole thing so unnecessary.
It wasn't going to end well regardless. Right. That's why I think, like, if you just want to have a baby and you don't want a daddy, you need to go to a sperm bank.
Now this 6-year-old that we have already addressed is a whole ass person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With reason and some logic and things all happening up there.
Probably been asking who his daddy is and where his daddy's at.
Now the kid also would have to adjust to, meeting his daddy for the first time and trying to figure out what all of that is. And for what exactly, madam?
Right.
Like, he had the right, whether he wanted to know or not, he had the right to know whether or not this kid was his or could have possibly been his. You know what I'm saying? So the fact
he definitely did, especially since she came back and was like, oh, he is yours.
Even if he hadn't asked, but the mere fact that he did, bruh.
Man, she's foul for that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, so she really needs to get cussed out either way, sweetheart. But what I'm saying is let him be the one to do it. He should want to. I would want to.
Yes. And once you and he get married and that baby is coming over every other weekend or whatever, and he show up with no haircut and dirty clothes week after week, and you just like, oh my God, your trifling ass mama, then you can say something.
Yes.
But for now, I would leave it alone.
Right.
It's going to be a rough transition for everybody if this is his child.
Right. But she might be lying. Maybe she just wants.
She might be lying, and she might just be hating because of the wedding announcement on Facebook.
It sounds about right.
That's why DNA is such a miracle. It's just such. The Lord put it on earth for niggas in the 90s.
Because you know what? That's either his baby or it's not.
Right. And
it won't take too long to
and
find out.
we ain't got to compare old baby pictures no more. We ain't got to look at the tip of his ears to see if it's just like the tip of your ears.
Walk a couple of miles to find a possible auntie or nope.
We ain't doing none of that no more.
Just a quick swab here. Ziploc.
Swab. Yeah, you can go down to the drugstore.
You can go
and do it at home
to
and mail it in.
Walgreens and do it yourself.
Shit. So yeah. Good luck with
They do our Black Ink Crew all the time.
Good luck with however that goes. What a stressful situation. But you focus on you and your wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, focus on picking out your dress.
Planning
and your bridal
wedding.
party, right, and having a good ass party. And maybe you'll have a ring bearer already there. I'm saying, look on the bright side. You might not have to worry about who the ring bearer is. So, next question comes from Ray. She says, I started a new position in the engineering field. I love the job. It's very easy. Everyone does their work and minds their business. The office is full of white men with few people of color, so I mainly talk to the other project manager, who is also a Black woman and on my team.
God bless y'all.
Enter Shaquana. She's under me and started shortly after I came on board. She's about 12 years older than me, and all she talks about is her teenage daughter, which doesn't really bother me. We sit next to each other, so we often strike up conversation. The problem is that she's annoying and problematic as shit. We were talking a few weeks ago about names, and for some reason she brought up the fact that she hates her name because it's, quote, ghetto and ratchet. She also
Shaquana?
Shaquana's a fake name, but Shaquana was like, oh, I hate my name. It's ghetto.
Okay.
Like in front of this other Black girl. She also felt the need to tell me that she felt like those kind of names are detrimental to the workforce because white people are afraid of Blacks with names like that, and chose to name her daughter something that will get her a job.
Well, that's not Black people's fault.
Well, I mean, Shaquana, you also got hired. So, like, how
Right, you got a
afraid?
job.
These white people not afraid. Like, they saw Shaquana and still called you. Anyway, she also mentioned that her boyfriend doesn't let her wear weave or braids because he thinks it looks trashy. And every time I come to work with a new style, she makes a point to say that it looks nice on me, but her boyfriend will never let her go for it.
Bitch, I ain't ask you that, bitch. I'm not dating your boyfriend, bitch.
She constantly asks me when we gonna hang out, but I don't want anything to do with her outside of work.
You don't.
Shit, I don't want anything to do with her at work. What would y'all do in this situation? Thanks. Kindly, Ray.
No. I was going to say every one of these. Something else. What else happened in the episode so far that reminded us of Insecure? Homegirl who's moving out.
Yeah.
This also reminds me of Molly, I guess. Or even Issa.
Ooh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like workplace drama and those conflicts with other people.
And you remember when Molly had the Black co-worker that was like loud
that
and ratchet
ghetto girl,
or whatever,
right?
and she was trying to tell her to chill out, and that girl was like, "Bitch, you chill."
She was like, they knew I was ghetto in the interview.
They love me, sis. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I mean, and then we didn't see you no more.
Right.
So maybe Molly was right, but. Yes, this is like that.
Okay, that's pointless. What I mean to say is that this is the thing. Like, it's hard when you're in a workspace to communicate to people the way that you would if you were outside of the workspace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be more delicate because at the end of the day, it's your job. It's the way that you're making your money to live and all of that stuff. And any little tiny, complicated, petty, stupid shit in the workplace can turn into something that it doesn't need to be. Now you're sitting with HR.
Yes.
And talking about this.
Drama.
And it can be born out of like the smallest, dumbest thing. So I get when you're talking about a coworker or even a boss, how, it can be complicated to learn how to deal with this. Because honestly, I would want to respond to Shaquana by saying, sweetheart, I understand that your boyfriend don't want you to wear no nigga hair or whatever the fuck it is that y'all however y'all are thinking about it.
Right. But
that doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm going to wear what I want to wear in my hair, on my hair, on the side of my...
Period.
Behind, on top. I'm going to do my hair how I want to do my hair. Because fortunately, I'm not dating someone who hates Black people.
Right.
So...
And you also have this internalized anti-Blackness. Shaquana,
right.
You hate your own name.
So here's how compliments can work. You can either just say, hey, your hair is nice and leave it at that. Or you cannot acknowledge my hair at all.
Yep.
And that would really
That would be fine
it.
as well.
And I feel like that is fair. I feel like that's not mean. I feel like that isn't, like a big thing. But I also know in almost any job, it can't be.
Right.
Like, you can't just go up to somebody and be like, hey, sis, by the way, leave me alone. I don't care about your boyfriend. Without it possibly being
right, because
making your
people
job
are going to
hard.
take that like as offense.
So, I mean, I say all that to say that I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I'm trying to think. I'm still working on it. I was hoping that as I was on, like, bantering, it would just come to
But
me.
I think you gave her pretty good advice. Like, you have the right to not be annoyed like shit every time you go to work, too. And this girl is getting on your nerves with her own.
She's the only other black person.
Well, no, they have a black coworker who's cool, but she's older. She's like 12 years older.
Right.
They're 25. This is Shaquana, who is the only other black person, but is like whack. Like, that would be so annoying if you already only had a couple black coworkers and one of them is like, damn, bitch, I don't even want to kick it with you. We supposed to be each other's safe place.
Right.
So, I mean, I would say next time she brings up her boyfriend, I would be like, look, girl, no shade, but your man and his whack-ass hair preferences ain't got nothing to do with me.
See, I feel like that's way spicier than what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like either one of those would get you in trouble. But there has to be a way that you can communicate to this woman that you really aren't interested. You don't even have to bring up the fact that it's anti-black, because that's truthfully their business. That's a
conversation I don't want to get into.
I'm not even interested in having it with you. We are not family. We ain't even really friends. We work together.
Yeah.
So what we were doing was attempting to lean on one another, and the fact that we have blackness in common, it looks like that's not going to work because we don't even like Negroes. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I think that's a good idea. I
you
really
can
do.
at least communicate to her like, hey girl, so every time I change my hair, doesn't mean I need to hear about your boyfriend. In whatever way is the kindest way.
Right.
Because it doesn't even make sense for her to be bringing up her boyfriend's opinion or what her boyfriend's opinion would be if she had that hair. Like, the fuck?
I don't care that y'all don't like the different styles black girls do with their hair. I do not give one shit about that.
Like, is it common for, like, when women compliment each other's, like, clothing or hair and stuff for you to immediately have conversation about how it would affect your life if you did that?
It is if you're feeling self-conscious about those things, or you're in a relationship with somebody controlling and you know you don't have the freedom to do what that person does. Like, her making that comment is definitely a reflection on her and not on you and your hair. Like, that's all about her and her twisted ass man. Like, normal people don't say that. Don't nobody care what your boyfriend thinks.
Right. Like, I know people say shit like, oh, I could never pull those shoes off or that jacket.
That's totally different.
Like that.
That's a compliment to you.
Right. But
me telling you that my boyfriend wouldn't like your hair, right?
Like, bitch, so?
Like, girl, so here's the thing. I spend good money on my hair and I love it. I don't really care about the opinions of people I don't know. Like, just whatever is the nicest way to get her to understand that you don't give a fuck about that. And as far as wanting to hang out outside of work, I would just constantly be busy. Every time she said, what you doing this weekend? Oh, going to see my mama. Gotta help my daddy move. Gotta babysit my niece and nephew. Like, I would never be available for anything.
I just have to wash all this black hair. Like,
girl, it's wash day. Like, I'm taking these ghetto braids down that your boyfriend don't like. So
yeah, booked up, sis. Sorry to tell you.
Oh, good luck, because that's hard. It's already so few of y'all. You want to get along with all the blacks, but sometimes it's just not going to happen.
Usually you would think it's the litter about, like, oh, my white coworker is getting on my nerves because, they're racist. But
she said the white people mind their business. An ideal work environment.
Hello?
She's like, it would be perfect if this anti-black black girl would shut the fuck up.
Or at least leave me alone.
Bother somebody else. All right, last question comes from Nyla, who says, let me get straight to the point. My sister and 2 nephews moved into a nice apartment outside the city in February, and I moved in shortly after mid-March. We live in a multi-family house where my family and I live on the main floor. Our landlord lives downstairs, and there's a family above us. Since moving in, everything was copacetic at first until we started settling in and the weather began to break around April and May. My sister's 2 boys are 19 and 7, therefore she ordered a lot of toys and such to go in the backyard, like a trampoline and full-size basketball hoop, along with a swing set big enough to be in a playground. Our neighbor/landlord is very neglectful of her children. She has a son who's 13, plus 4 kids under 6 that she's a foster mom to. Mm-hmm. 4 kids under 6 plus a 13-year-old sounds like a very bad idea.
Like, constant
unless you have
exhaustion.
Like 5 adults in the house. Right? 4 under 6, girl. Anyway, Here's where the problem lies. On more than one occasion, she left the children home without food to the point where my sister felt bad and gave them leftovers that we had in the fridge.
Kidding me.
Now, I'm a mean bitch, but I never want to see any child going without food. Same. Since that first incident, it's become a habit to where the oldest son sneaks and eats food while playing with my youngest nephew.
Oh,
Not to mention, he has also been bullying my youngest nephew to the point where my nephew doesn't feel comfortable playing with his toys in the backyard because that neighbor's son invites other kids from the block to also play. He's disrespectful to me, and I told him, even though I'm twice your age, I do fight kids over my nephews, and I don't play that bullying shit. Wow, you are me. Because I will fight you behind my nephew.
Like, I'm sorry.
Them 6-year-olds can square up.
It's really like...
Try me.
It's non-negotiable.
It's me and you. Or I'll fight your mama.
Like...
You decide. I brought the issue up to my sister, who does feel some type of way about everything, but she refuses to address the neighbor. I feel like this woman is taking advantage of my sister's generosity, and my sister is just too good of a person to see that. I feel stuck between a rock and a hard place because I'm very protective of my family, but I don't want there to be animosity between us and her. Yours truly, Nyla. Yes, you can say my real name. She wants you to hear this. Whoever this neighbor is, she wants you to hear it.
Wow. So... I'm just, like, saddened by the fact that this woman has foster kids that aren't eating, and to the point where they're sneaking to get food from y'all
right.
when the kids would play together.
That means they're hungry.
That means that they are hungry.
Right.
Like, what?
Like, children who are eating enough at home will ask for food on a play date. They won't just go sneak it, like steal it. What? That is just so...
The bullying thing is one thing, and we can get to that, but I would already be ready to address this woman simply because, like, you got these kids in your house, you're not at the house, and they're, like, starving. Like,
right.
what?
Why aren't, like, 13 is not old enough or responsible enough to watch 4 kids under 6. Sorry. No. Maybe 1. But 4?
Maybe 1.
And even then, they need to be, like, 5, not 6 months.
Right.
So, I just don't like that. And as a foster mother, I know you getting food stamps for them kids, so it's no reason for there to not be food. Like, I can let a lot of shit go when it comes to parenting because I understand kids are a lot.
Yeah.
But, like, being hungry is
it's
just
like
not
that's
okay.
where you start.
Right.
You
like,
know?
We're not accepting that. That's
food is
not
kind of at the beginning.
Right. And I know your sister don't want to rock the boat with this woman because y'all all live in the same, like, structure. I get that.
Right.
But if kids are going hungry and you know she's a foster parent, then I would address it. And if it doesn't clear up, then it's time to call DHS. Like, bitch, you're not going to be starving these kids.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
In all honesty.
Right. And, I mean, like, I'm going to assume this has been, this has been happening for so long that you've noticed it's a pattern and it's not just, you know, that kid was hungry that day.
Right.
Because my mom used to drill in me, don't go to other people's house and talk about food
Hello?
so that they don't think that I starve you. You eat at home.
Hello?
Do not go over to other people's house and eat big-ass plates like you don't eat.
Don't accept any, bitch. I don't care if you're hungry. You're full until you get into this.
Like, that's the thing. I would never even ask for food, but I was eating at home.
Right.
Like, so these kids, like, something is wrong. And yeah, your sister just gonna have to be mad.
They need to be addressed off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, your nephew, you know, is probably gonna have many situations where you're gonna want to whip somebody's behind them. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids get bullied. We'll get to that. That is like, that to me, it like pales in comparison to the fact that these kids have to sneak around and steal food.
Right. I mean,
like,
because the 13-year-old is an asshole because asshole things are happening at home. Bullies don't come out of thin air.
Like, the equation simplified right there. That's it. Like, I don't feel no kind of way about these kids, you know, possibly having, or I'm not surprised about these kids maybe having, you know, attitude problems or being mean to other kids and stuff like that, because look at their home life.
Right. It's chaotic and hectic, and they're probably being bullied and treated very meanly at home. And so, yeah, a 13-year-old has a 7-year-old kid in the house that somebody he actually has power over. And so he's going to take advantage of that so that he does feel like he is in control of something. Like, I get it. Like, don't fight this 13-year-old. I understand the impulse.
Yeah,
but,
like,
I
get it too.
That baby is going through some real shit, girl. Let's get him some help. The help he really needs.
Right.
So, And I know that sometimes DHS is swamped and them foster care workers, they don't make nowhere near enough money and they have all them clients and it's easy for shit to slip through the cracks, but you have to say something if them kids are fucking hungry. That is just not acceptable. Period. It's just not. If they was walking around with shitty diapers and smelling like piss and all that, it would be equally unacceptable. Like the fact that they're hungry, girl, your sister just gonna have to be mad. Oh well. She's just gonna have to be pissed.
I mean, she could say it herself, but it sounds she doesn't want to. I would definitely be the one to say something anyway. And yeah, my sister would just have to be.
Yeah, you just got to cuss me out, girl. I'm not letting them kids go hungry.
I mean,
like they're babies under 6. No, sorry, they need to eat. Their brains are still developing. Fuck that.
What are you even doing?
All right, so I'm going to wrap up the segment this week with something from the couch. I actually don't have anything like prepared, but I do have some questions in here, so I'm gonna address one of them and then go from there. So this is from Cassandra, who says, I was really moved by Crystal's discussion of having to accept that she has/had depression. I have struggled with depression all my life, and acceptance is something that keeps coming up, particularly in the context of self-compassion. I'm starting to realize that accepting where I am right now is the only way I can be compassionate with myself. My issue is that I'm ambitious and I want to be doing so much more than depression allows me to do. It feels like a cop-out to say that I need depression's permission to do anything. Accepting depression feels like I'm accepting defeat. Being that you are both highly ambitious and high achieving, how have you... Okay, that's a big word. How? I don't know that word.
Damn.
Let me see if I can figure it out from context clues.
How do you spell it?
Delineated? Delineated? Delineated. Oh, how do you describe or portray something precisely?
I love learning new words.
Delineate?
Delineate.
Thank you, Google.
Got it.
It is delineate. All right. So, how have you delineated between accepting defeat and understanding and accepting your ability in this moment? Are there any practices you have put into place for those frustrating times? Thank you, Cassandra. Cassandra, thank you for introducing me to new words. I love words.
Same.
I will be using delineated endlessly. Also, this I really wanted to talk about because this is the reason I have not had something prepared for Crystal's Couch over the past few weeks. Like, part of it is I don't want to be like super heavy and have people like exploring all of their traumas and shit every week. Like, that's a lot to do.
I understand.
Yeah, but part of it is also like it has been a rough couple of weeks for me emotionally, and it's like depression has just been on my ass.
Same.
A lot. And I'm not sad. Like, I don't want my friends to worry about me or anything. I don't feel like hurting myself or anything like that. It's just I get up in the morning and every day I'm like, please let this be the day that I can just get out of bed and just do things. Like, please let this be the day. And then every day I wake up and I'm like, wow, still feel like garbage. Great. This is trash. And trying to be nice to myself, like you said, being compassionate towards myself in that and saying, okay, this is just depression, being a bitch. Let's just get through the things we have to do today, and then, we'll take it from there. But I've really had to, like, the same tips and stuff that I told y'all about in the first couple of times that I did that, like being nice to myself and constantly correcting the negative self-talk. That's not something you do once or twice and then you're done. Like,
right.
I have been doing this for months. And I still sometimes have to coach myself, especially when I know, like, there's things I should be doing. I should be taking care of myself. I should be, getting this together and blah, blah, blah. If I don't give enough of a fuck to do it, I know that the depression is taking over my life because, like I said the last time, I'm not going to sabotage myself.
Right.
So literally, the way that I delineate between accepting defeat and accepting my abilities is by telling myself that.
Right.
Over and over. It's like the same things. I have had to coach myself using that stuff I told y'all about over these past few weeks. Like, literally thinking about depression like somebody taking the gas out of my engine and having to rev myself up through, things that I love and hobbies and obligations. Like, that has all been me doing that in my everyday shit. Because even after months of therapy and working with different doctors to try to get together like a total treatment plan for me that works, like, I can try lots of different things, but until I find that combination that it means that I'm like running on all cylinders again, I'm gonna struggle with this. And that's the hard part about depression, acknowledging that this shit, if you are in it, you're probably in it for the long haul. Like, accepting that it's not going to be a week or two of doing really hard work in therapy and then suddenly everything is sunshine and rainbows and you have nothing but healthy coping mechanisms and you're free from all the shit that happened to you. Like, it takes time to work through all that.
Yeah.
And there's no shortcut. Remember when Jennifer Lewis told us that the elevator to success is broken and you have to take the stairs? It's the same way with getting through depression. Like, you cannot shop it away, drink it away, fuck it away. None of that shit on Cranes in the Sky works. Like Solange told us. It does not work like that.
Right.
You actually have to do the hard daily work of getting through this shit. So that's what I've been trying to do. And it has been whooping my ass.
Right.
And only in the past like 3 or 4 days have I started to feel a shift. And so I feel like hopefully I'm on an upswing now and I just want to ride it out for as long as it can possibly last because like I'm so tired of being depressed that like even this little bit of hope that I won't be is enough for me to hold on to because I am sick of fighting this.
I feel you.
So that's how I do it, girl. Literally just taking it minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. Just getting myself through it.
And it sounds like a horrible process, and it kind of is, but like there's no other option.
It's just hard.
Like this, it's just difficult.
Like, you know what I could do instead of this? Get fucking drunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I could do instead of this? Get high. Order a pizza and play video games. I don't have to think about this. I do not want to coach myself through nothing. I just want to chill. But like doing negative or unhealthy coping mechanisms are only going to make your situation worse in the long run. And so unlearning that and being very deliberate in your thoughts and actions is just fucking hard to do. And sometimes I ain't got it, but I'm trying. Every day I'm trying.
Yeah, same thing with me. I try to just tell myself like the moments are temporary, and that I am aware of them and why they happen.
Right.
And then I try to every day or the night before, I will make like a small list, no more than 3 things, even if I have 300 things to do, which I always do. I make like 3 things that I'm going to do that day. And I just try to do those 3 things. And like, if I don't like mentally, emotionally punish myself for it. I'm like, bitch, you got this whole thing going on.
You tried.
And the thing is, like, I don't have to talk to anybody else. So, okay, I'm sorry. What am I trying to say? My mouth is moving faster than my brain. Like, I don't have to, like, sit down and acknowledge that I didn't accomplish those 3 things with anybody.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to not be honest with myself in it. So what I say that to say that, like, I know at the end of the day if I tried or not.
Right. You're not accountable to anybody but yourself.
Exactly.
Which is a blessing and a curse.
I know if I really made an effort, if I really felt it, if, you know, like, I really wanted to accomplish these things or get up or just feel better. And so if I fall or if I don't finish my list or whatever at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what, bitch, life is difficult and this is the shit that you're actually going through, and at least you fucking tried. At least you came up with a plan.
Yep.
At least you did something, because there have been plenty of days where you just woke up and didn't move and that was it. And then the next day happens and it was the same thing or whatever. Like, I try to acknowledge all of the effort that I make, big or small, and then just move at the pace that I feel like I can in that moment without making excuses, without like lying and saying I tried when I know that I didn't do shit. Just like being honest and being aware of why things are happening. It's not as simple as before I was like seeing a psychiatrist and like getting legit help for it, that I would just be like, I had nothing to really contribute the behavior or the emotion to. And so I'm just thinking like I'm a defective human being. Like, and I just like, you just have no,
not at all.
You ain't worth shit, really. Like, what is wrong
That's
with
what the
you,
depression
you bitch?
tells you.
Exactly.
Yep.
And now I can think of it less like that and more like, this is what is going to happen because this is just how you're wired physically, like for real. So just do the best work you can.
Yep. That's really it. I agree 100% with that entire statement. It's just rough. It's just hard out here sometimes, but all we can do is try. Even when it is just feels like the fuck impossible to try.
Because even if you are a super bad black bitch, there are always some
There's
super
something.
powerful white people who are around the corner who are going to make sure. The point is, everything's hard all the time.
All right, and on that note, that is going to wrap up the questions and the couch for this week. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com, and we'll be back.
So thank you again to Quip for supporting today's episode of The Read, where we are hoping if you have teeth in your mouth that you're taking care of them by brushing your teeth for a full 2 minutes, changing a brush on time, brushing
Matters.
twice a day. Like, these things are important if you'd like to keep those mouth bones. So Quip, they understand all of these things, and they've designed the perfect electric toothbrush just for you. Quip is the new electric toothbrush that packs just the right amount of vibrations into a slimmer design at a fraction of the cost of bulkier traditional electric brushes. And guiding pulses alert you when to switch side, making brushing the right amount effortless. And who doesn't love a good pulsing toothbrush?
I love guiding pulses myself.
Quip also comes with a mount that suctions right to your mirror and unsticks to use as you are just so like and unsticks to use as a cover for hygienic travel anywhere, whether it's going in your gym bag or a carry-on. And because the thing that cleans your mouth should also be clean, hello,
Big facts.
Quip's subscription plan refreshes your brush on a dentist recommended schedule, delivering a new brush head every 3 months for just $5, including free shipping worldwide. And they're backed by a network of over 10,000 dental professionals, including dentists, hygienists, and dental students. Most toothbrushes don't get named one of Time Magazine's best inventions of the year, but Quip did. Find out why for yourself. They lay they do all of it
They literally
for you.
make it so easy. All you have to do is sign up. Quip starts at just $25. And if you go to getquip.com/theread right now, you'll get your first refill pack free with a Quip electric toothbrush. Your first refill pack free. getquip.com/theread. With Quip, it'll be love at fresh brush. With Quip, it'll be love at first brush as well. Try them out. All right, let's get back to the show.
So, we're back.
Shout out to you and the vape.
Whatever. So, we're back. It's time for the read.
It is, and I'm assuming that all the young girls who were exposed for old tweets this week are part of your read.
So, Doja Cat, who I think we just, maybe last
Literally
week, was it the week
just
before?
said something nice about her. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
So apparently she had some old tweets resurface of her using homophobic language, and she responded by tweeting the following. I called a couple people faggots when I was in high school in 2015. Does this mean I don't deserve support? I've said faggot roughly like 15,000 times in my life.
Help me, God.
Does saying faggot mean you hate gay people? Do I hate gay people? I don't think I hate gay people. Gay is okay.
You don't think?
So, to that, I just want to say to Doja Cat, the cow, whatever, Miss Cow, whatever, whoever you are,
Yes.
saying faggot doesn't necessarily mean that you hate gay people. It means that you don't respect gay people, which is worse to me. So I don't understand how, and the thing is that y'all are aware of that. Like, you know that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you grew up in this era of the internet. Doja Cat is young, which I think she's using as an excuse.
I was in high school in 2015.
Right.
Yes.
So, yes, you're a young person, but you're not going to convince me that you didn't know faggot was a disparaging word.
Just the same way Ron DeSantis won't convince me that he didn't know what he was saying when he said monkey this up.
Yep, right. You knew exactly what you were saying. Monkey this up to the first black man to win a party's
You would have
nomination in Florida history.
What the
All
fuck
right,
does
sure.
monkey this up even
Sure.
mean?
What-
Nobody even says that.
Right.
So, like, I know that you know better to try. And here's the thing, right? Like, a lot of the celebrities who have had, like, old tweets resurface and, you know, people try to attack them for it, usually I'll give you a break over it because I feel like You can learn from past ignorances. You can SZA didn't see it for Rihanna. I think she
Yep.
came for Beyonce at one point.
And SZA has had her own homophobic tweets. Cardi B got called out for her transphobic tweets. Like, this happens a lot.
My thing is, like, if 3 years ago you could have learned a lot in 3 years that would change the way that you speak or express yourself online,
Woo.
offline, or whatever. But it's like you're new to, like, your response to it
Yeah.
is what's really making it bad.
Right.
Because I can understand if you say a faggot 3 years ago and since then you have learned, like, to change the way that you speak.
Right.
But to, like, come back and literally be like, does that mean that I don't deserve support because I don't have a problem saying the word faggot? Like, kind of, yeah.
Like, well, now that you say it like that, girl, kind of, yes. What the fuck is this? Like, as much as I hate y'all's iOS press releases,
I do.
At least something that got straight to the point was like, yo, I was young and an idiot. I don't feel that way anymore. My apologies to the LGBT community. I understand some people not gonna fuck with me, but I'm committed to doing better. Period. Just like that. Like, you can acknowledge that you fucked up. You're grown now. You're doing better. And you're not gonna do it again. And you're gonna try to make it right. But, like, all this, first of all, you put faggot in the tweet all these times. Like,
more than once. Like,
why are you rubbing it in? What are you doing
I'm so
here?
confused. Like, I don't understand what the purpose of that was.
Me either. And of course she deleted that and I think she's now deleting all of her tweets, but it's just too little too late.
The City Girls. This one really punches me in my heart.
Yeah, sorry, friend.
So, again, both of these rappers, these new girls, have had old tweets with them saying fag and whatever the fuck else, other homophobic things from years ago. And the response from Risha, who technically, I guess, is the only one who can respond.
Made it worse.
But yes, again, it made it worse because her response was like, I wasn't dissing gays. I don't have a problem with gays. I'm just saying that because one of her tweets was if she sees any bit of gay in her son, then she would beat it out of him or something like that. And she says, I'm not dissing the gays. I don't have a problem with gays. I got a gay stylist and friends and whatever the fuck else.
Girl.
And she just doesn't want her son to be gay and doesn't see why that's disappointing. I'll tell you why it's disappointing, right? Because of stories like this 9-year-old boy named Jamel Miles.
Oh my God. Why is this exactly what I was going to bring up?
That's why it's disappointing.
Damn.
Jamel Miles is a 9-year-old boy in Colorado. His mom found him dead after he hung himself.
Jesus.
He came out as gay maybe a summer ago and made it through 4 days of school before giving up. Was dealing with bullies the previous year. His mother said the same kids that were bullying were even meaner after he actually publicly came out. And he just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And so...
And the school system didn't really give a shit. Like, didn't really respond to this child being bullied for a year. And these kids told him to kill himself. Like, it just...
This kid... His mother said that when he came out and they all went and got their nails done. I can't remember when she said that they did this together, but she said that he wanted to like go and get his fingernails done or something like that. And they went like as a family together. Like she loved him. She was supportive of him.
Right.
And so imagine if this 9-year-old boy was dealing with bullies at school and then also having his mother beating him for being just who he is.
Right.
That's why it's disappointing. Nobody gives a fuck about what you want as far as sexuality for your child, because guess what? You don't get to choose. You don't get to pick. They don't get to choose or pick. It just is what it is. And there's nothing the fuck that you can do about it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just so tired of people feeling like they could just like This goes for literally all of them, like everybody. These niggas, Nicki, Azealia Banks, J. Cole, all, like, I'm so tired of it because it's like you feel like you can use words that are literally used to attack us and make us feel small. When I watched this video of the interview with this child's mom and her saying that, like, he was always talking about when he grew up, how he wanted to be a YouTube star and to make people smile. That shit killed me. Because I was like, this 9-year-old kid is 9-year-old me.
Right.
And, like, he doesn't get to fall in love or go to, like, prom or learn how to drive or do, like, anything because he just couldn't. It's just not okay. And I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers have us in your corner all the time. And so many of us will listen to these lyrics and just be like, all right, it's all good. Like, but she's so talented, or he's so dope, or I just love this album, it changed my life. And forgive, I've done it. The gays have done it time and time again. Yes. And the gays will also be the only ones, when your asses are irrelevant, to still book you for Pride and make sure that you can still pay your raggedy ass lease or whatever the fuck it is that you can still afford to have. But y'all want to call us sissies and fags and do all of this other shit, and we supposed to be okay with it and feel like it don't mean nothing because you got gay people doing your fucking hair and your fucking makeup and having you out, you know, picking out shoes and supporting you and dancing and twerking at your fucking shows and all that type of stuff. I'm tired of it. Right. Like, I'm sick of it because you feel like it's okay to belittle us or to make us feel like shit. And you don't realize that you're just passing all of that energy and that thought process right to the generations behind you. And there are babies who have to go. And to see you grown ass, dumb ass, knuckle dragging ass niggas talking about how does a 9-year-old know that they're gay. Bitch, but then y'all are retweeting these fucking kids the same age, younger, some of them, getting lap dances from grown ass women, from fucking 60, 17-year-old, 18, 19-year-old kids. And you have no problem. That's funny when it's a boy, right? It's okay when you got a 5-year-old coming home and saying he has 6 girlfriends at school. That's all good. Yeah, he knows he likes girls. But you don't understand how a 9-year-old could understand that he's attracted to boys and not girls. Like, that's not a sexual thing. That's understanding that you like a person, not the person's body. Right. Like I knew for sure, the first time that I knew for sure that I was attracted to boys was the same grade. 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, oh my God, dick. I didn't know nothing about sex. Yeah. But I knew that I liked boys. Period. Flat out. That's how it was. So I'm tired. Yeah. Like, I read that middle school kids die by suicide just as often as traffic accidents. Wow. Like, the suicide death rate for middle school, like kids 10 to 14 in America, is like, dude, this was a couple years ago. Yeah. But the same. That is so fucked up. As like a traffic accident. Right. And I know that's like all across the board, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of reasons. I don't think that's just directly pinpointing, you know, gay youth. But the fact, like, I'm so tired of hearing about stories like this and reverting back to the place that I was when I was that age and having to deal with it. And, like, just knowing that there are still kids who are thinking about killing themselves or harming themselves the way that I was thinking about it. And, like, some of them are actually doing it. Like, this kid didn't get to experience anything. Nothing. 9? Right. And he knew to hang himself. Like, 9 years old. He didn't even get a chance to, like, leave school and realize that, like, you get to be older and, like, walk in your truth if you really fucking want to. And everybody, like, the vast majority of those motherfuckers who are wasting time picking on you in high school ain't ever gonna be shit. No. He could have been out here producing a show for HBO. Yep. This little kid right here. And he won't get the chance to because y'all dickheads are out here raising kids to think that there's something disgusting or horrible or wrong with being who the fuck they came into the world to be. Right. Period. I'm so disgusted. I'm so sad. Not only by this story, but now the fact that I got to delete all this City Girls out of my fucking iPods and phones and stuff like that. Because I'm just done. Like, I'm over it. I'm tired. It's not even the fact that you, like, said something wrong or did something wrong. It's the fact that it's like, oh, so what? Like, it's not even that big a deal. What's the problem? I'm confused.
Right.
Like, what? Bitch, you...
And JT had her own homophobic tweets, but if she was out of jail, she probably would have responded in a similar way. Like,
that's what I said.
What's wrong with y'all hoes?
I mean, like,
Right.
y'all, what made me think that you don't feel the exact same way?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just go ahead out on a limb here and assume that you feel the exact same way.
I mean, you felt the same homophobic way. So, yeah.
And plenty of y'all don't have a problem with this, and y'all will continue to bump City Girls and whoever the fuck else because y'all agree. You feel the exact same way. And you probably will listen to this motherfucking podcast to my gay ass on this motherfucker every goddamn Thursday and still would beat your kid or be disgusted if your kid was gay. So you can actually fuck off too, to be quite frank. I'm over all y'all hoes. Period. The end. Thanks so much for not playing. On another note.
Well, I actually wanted to add really quick because this was also my read more because of this little boy's suicide than the words that y'all used. Because again, like, you saying that you don't care, or that you don't, it's not that I have a problem with gay people. I fuck with gay people. I just wouldn't want my child to be gay. You're still saying there's something wrong with being gay. Like,
thank you.
If you don't want your child to be harassed, they will be harassed for being black. They will be harassed for being a girl, for being, trans, for being
short,
disabled,
tall.
Everything. Like, kids will find a reason to pick on each other. Like, you don't have to make it worse. And this child lived in a home that was accepting of him. But people who have parents like Risha and JT and Doja Cat and everybody else who has said these terrible things are still raising kids, even if not with outright homophobia, with the idea that is something wrong with those kids, with the idea that it's okay to tease or bully those kids who are different from you in that
way. They don't deserve the same amount of respect or happiness or anything that everybody else does. I'm just so disgusted by it.
It matters that you said this, and it matters that you responded like that, because there are real life consequences to that sort of attitude. Kids pick that up from their parents and they take it to school. And little kids who are being affirmed and loved at home cannot handle the pressure of being told to kill themselves at school, which I can't even fucking fathom. Like, that never happened to me, and I can't even imagine somebody saying like that, especially nonstop bullying that happened for like over a year, and my mama told the administration about it, and they just kind of blew it off like, oh well, maybe your son shouldn't be gay. Like, I don't know if they were really negligent, but that's what that woman said, and I'm inclined to believe her because it's her who has a dead son at this point. Like, y'all bullied that little boy to the point where he felt like there was no point in going forward. A 9-year-old. A 9-year-old baby. That's why, Risha, that's why people are mad at you. Because it's not just, oh, well, I hire gay people. My hairstylist is gay. I just don't want my kids to be sucking dick. Girl, that is still homophobia. Other gay people are cool, but not in my family. It's still homophobia. It isn't any better than the people who just don't like us at all. Like, you deciding that there are exceptions for the gays that you will tolerate it is not acceptable. And that is why people are so mad. And I don't care. Like, you can come out with whatever apologies you want to. That initial reaction from
I don't care at
both
this
of
point.
y'all was so terrible. It was so bad. The fact that y'all just came out here like, well, get the fuck over it. Girl, our kids are dying, so we're not going to get the fuck over it. As long as little gay kids feel like they cannot be themselves without wanting to die, I'm not going to get over it. So fuck you, sincerely, with my whole heart.
I also wanted to say to this nigga with 4 first names, Anthony Charles Thomas Maxwell, according to reports...
He does! Damn!
is the 26-year-old man who decided that it made sense for whatever reason to hop onto the stage at On the Run 2 in Atlanta. Atlanta, which had 2 nights.
Right.
And he did this on the first one. So what it must have felt like,
my God,
knowing that your ticket was for the next night.
Knowing that all the niggas who snuck in flasks and weed, y'all won't be doing that for that second night. Security is going to be on 100,000 trillion for this second night.
The thing is, this nigga didn't have a quirk. Like, he didn't have superpowers. This nigga didn't leap weird. He seemed to so easily
reach. He just hopped right on up there.
And just
I'm like, this can't be. Why is it this easy?
I read that he made contact with Jay-Z, but did not touch the Queen.
Of course.
I saw like from one angle footage of it, and I don't know who that was, who was like right there in that little walkway where they leave out.
Yeah.
But he made contact with somebody who looked like they were maybe all black and like shoved them almost to say like, move out of my way. Why are you bugging? I'm going to like hang out with my besties. Like, what the fuck is this bitch? So they said he was highly intoxicated. Like there was a whole Parkwood release about how, you know, this intoxicated male entered the stage. It says, at this point, we had a controlled evacuation of all crew on the stage in order to safely defuse the situation. We are happy to confirm that nobody was hurt during the incident, and Mr. and Mrs. Carter are choosing not to press charges against the individual.
Gracious.
In fact, Beyonce did a hilarious, like, kung fu kick the second night when they were walking off stage.
And that double take where she was like, let me just make sure ain't nobody. She's such a bitch. I love her so much.
So much fun on this tour.
She made sure to reassure Atlanta that she still loves y'all. She's not going to hold this against y'all.
Like, one bad apple can't ruin Atlanta's bunch. But I just wanted to say to you, sir, I don't know where the good fuck it is that you thought that you were. And I don't know what you may have been on as far as drugs or alcohol. But you better think twice and stay sober. And first of all, you don't need to be at anything involving Beyonce anymore. At least not with her there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not even a screening, bitch. You might get a little too excited and jump through the goddamn screen or something. So just... But the fact, what really, really pisses me off is that you threw the energy of the show off for those people. Beyonce, Jay-Z, all of those dancers, everybody playing an instrument, working lights, everything. They have done all they needed to do to be prepared to go into Atlanta, Georgia and give those niggas how many US dates they already did the whole European thing, right? Mm-hmm. And then you had to wait for every US show that's already happened for them to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like New York was relatively early in the
lineup,
Right. You know what I'm saying? But you've seen her out here changing costumes and adding new little things on and trying to avoid clips. And this audacious dumbass nigga thought that he could just hop up on there and what is wrong with you, bitch?
Too much.
Where do you think that you're at? You're lucky that you didn't get like blasted by a sniper or something that like at the top of the dome.
Whoa, man! The best part was watching the dancers snap out of like their trance and realize that there's a foreign body on stage, and the way they ran, like nigga, we will beat your ass, was the best part of that whole video clip. The dancers were like, absolutely
not today or a day after.
That's how you know you love your boss for real. When you like, no, we won't be whooping my boss ass. They immediately
got into
did. They did.
That's the fuck right.
They were not having it, but I assumed Beyonce was. I mean, we don't.
It was like a real beehive.
Right. Once I found out Beyonce was fine, I let it go. I'm really angry. I'm not even angry at the young man. He saw an opportunity and he took it. It was ridiculous, but I blame security. How the fuck did y'all let that happen?
Way more security's fault than
absolutely. I thought about the firings Beyonce must have done. How she must have told the Georgia Dome or what, I don't know what they call it now. Did
they change the name?
You know, they want to be like us so bad. But anyway, I just know she was like, whoever was working the perimeter of the stage tonight won't be doing it tomorrow. Please find me some confident.
I mean, he got up. It's not like he landed on the stage.
He got up
the stairs.
It was too much.
Ran across the stage.
No.
Like how?
Y'all put Beyonce in danger. Absolutely not.
How?
Absolutely the fuck not.
I know that Blue Ivy came into that motherfucker the very next day with a chai latte in hand and her glasses on her face and was like, in my hand I had the names of each and every single security guard who will no longer be working at this bitch. Step forward when you hear yours called. Sir and Rumi are waiting outside to watch you receive your lashings. One for every count of disrespect and how dare you. So, yeah, I just hated the fact that that happened on Beyonce's stage. And one of the earlier shows, I saw some girls who were fighting in the crowd, like in the audience.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck fights at a goddamn Beyonce? Have you no respect? Uncultured swine.
Well,
But
my goodness.
why?
I can't tell you.
What did you do?
Nothing. I did not do anything.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You did something terrible.
No, I just had to look at a couple white people very crazy, but it was fine. Nobody came to. No, because I really would have lost it.
Okay,
but thankfully, no, they did not do that. Even when Niggas in Paris came out, they did not say it. They just got their life. But anyway, I was incredibly disappointed in security. I know that Sir and Rumi and Blue are probably behind 2 different password protected doors that have you have to have a retina scan or something.
Oh,
to get
absolutely.
into them. He was never going to reach them children. But the fact that he could have touched Beyonce has me irate.
I'm livid.
You better be glad her husband was in the way. Honestly, I feel like everybody probably feels that way. Even Jay-Z is like, yeah, because if you touch her, I'm going to have to fight mine, nigga. Like, what is wrong with you? That was too much.
Like, did you want to get jumped by Jay-Z and the dancers? Was it like your dream to get punched in the face?
Right, but Beyonce joked about it the next night, and so I'm fine, I guess. I know niggas got fired, so
Oh, yeah,
fine.
I know all of the above has happened, and this young man apparently has been charged with battery. So it's not even like...
So Beyonce not pressing charges? Who is?
I don't know. Atlanta, the venue?
Atlanta's like, how dare you besmirch our name? The city of Atlanta is pressing charges.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Where did you think that you were? I just cannot believe that you caused a commotion on the stage at a Beyonce concert for no fucking reason, bitch. Go and buy a sweater like everyone else.
Just chill the fuck out.
You dummy.
Keisha Lynn's bottom's not having it. Just
okay.
You got me fucked up.
Not in her fucking
Not
Georgia.
in my city, nigga.
Not on her peach tree, bitch.
Woo! So that is going to wrap up this week's episode of The Read. Make sure you check us out at thisistheread.com and follow us on social media at thisistheread. What's up with you this week? Other than being, very famous, casually mentioned on The Breakfast Club, just, Lena Waithe, she just knows you. Fancy.
She's so amazing.
She is.
Like, I don't have enough good things to say about that woman. She's just awe-inspiring.
I love it.
I can't believe that I get to work with her.
I love her. So I have to constantly remind myself that that's somebody's man.
That's right.
Because she is
happily
so fine. I know. And I respect it.
You got to.
I'm definitely not. I close my legs.
It's not like Brittany Griner and her fake wife.
Don't do this. I think Brittany Griner is engaged to a lesbian this time.
Good.
But the last one was disaster.
That's the least you could do.
I would have slept with Brittany Griner when she was married to that blatantly straight girl. I think this one might actually be queer, though. So I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to let this union flourish.
Thanks to everybody who came out to 305 Live in Los Angeles. You made it a great time as usual. Sorry none of us could actually get onto the eggplant floaty. It was like, damn. I had a vision of riding that eggplant emoji and getting a great meme out of it.
You have to.
It didn't work.
Damn, that's too bad. Oh, that would have been a lot of people's new reaction pic.
Yeah. See, you're thinking where I'm thinking. It just didn't work. So disappointed. But it was great. You guys were awesome. We had so much fun. Asante was great and so entertaining and interactive. Thanks to everybody who came out. Y'all are awesome. And I cannot wait to have another event in your city.
Fun.
Also, you can go to thereadlive.com. Go to thereadlive.com and look for tickets.
There are tickets on sale.
I know some of them are sold out.
I don't know, but Philadelphia, Nashville, Denver, Seattle, Miami. If you missed the announcement last week, we are coming to your city. So check thereadlive.com for availability for tickets.
Denver, weed. Seattle, weed. So
and everybody else, I just bring weeds. or y'all have been very generous in giving it to us. You don't have to do that.
You don't have to.
Last time we was in Miami, somebody brought us a big ass box of Publix chicken, and I really appreciate that. But y'all don't have to bring us things.
That
Please.
Was one of the nicest things anybody's ever done.
It was, and afterwards I fucked up at least half of that box.
There is nothing like a Publix wing. Publix chicken is just delectable.
I appreciate y'all's generosity, but please, like, the fact that you bought a ticket and you're coming to see us is more than enough.
You don't have to bring a gift.
So thank you so much. Any other news
I
this
do
week?
love the art, though. Like, I do love when, like, a lot of our listeners who are artists make art in any, because I just like to see y'all's craft and see, like, the stuff you come up with. So I'm not requesting any art by any means.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that picture somebody made of Link. Have you seen it with all the colors and shit on it? It literally is hanging up in my room.
Yeah, I have a lot of that stuff, like, just archived of, like, all the cards and
those
over the years,
Air
all
Force
this
ones.
stuff people have given me. Yeah, those painted Air Force Ones, all the stuff people have given me. Like, there's so much of it. And then some of it is, like, people gave it to me in frames, so it was much easier for me to just display it because you took out the hard part.
Right.
But yeah, very thankful for all of your gifts, but please do not feel obligated.
You absolutely don't have to.
Please
Your presence
do.
is a gift enough.
Thank you so much. All right, are we done? Acronym this week or not?
The acronym this week
is... I just thought about how Donald Trump had, again, another really terrible, just absolutely awful week. And I cannot wait. I just cannot wait for this to all fall down.
What a fucking... where the wild things are looking ass.
To get us out of here. Also, fuck John McCain. I don't care that bitch died.
Oh my God. So, okay. I thought it was crazy.
I do not care. Fuck him.
I thought I forgot who he was. Legit, I was like, wait, am I thinking about somebody else?
Niggas was like posting all these heartfelt condolences, and I was like, the same John. Let me make sure.
I was legitimately confused.
Let me Google John McCain.
Is there another
Megan's
one?
daddy, right? Because fuck him, right?
Am I wrong?
Right. I was so confused. You niggas are crazy. No,
okay. I mean, I don't know what y'all know.
Fuck him.
So, okay. I don't have an acronym for this week. All I will say is get money and fuck these niggas.
All right.
2018 and 2019. And in fact, 2020. See you next week.
All right. Bye, y'all.